What's up everybody, it's Matt from TDM Style here. Welcome back to the channel once again, and welcome to an extremely overdue video. Today we're having a look at the matte styling cream from Cub Co. I was originally planning to do the contemporary pomade first, or potentially both in one video, but I lost the footage, the styling footage of the pomade that I had done a couple of weeks ago. Which is annoying. But also with this current shorter textury cut and style that I've been doing lately, the matte styling cream seems like a better choice. So that's a really wordy, long, cold open. So yeah, matte styling cream. Let's crack this bitch open and get into it. Also, look at this fucking awesome Solaire t-shirt that my brother and sister-in-law got me. Praise the sun! So if you aren't yet familiar with Cub Co., you should be. What are you doing? But seriously, they are a homebrew brand out of Tasmania, down under. That's weird. That sounded really white, the way I said that. But yeah, so they're an Australian homebrew brand, and they're very sort of keen on doing things very organically. I have looked at a few of their products in the past, and yeah, the matte styling cream is a newer addition to the lineup. So in terms of the specs on this, it's meant to be a very lightweight, coarsely textured product with a firm but flexible hold. And of course, a matte finish, and it's matte styling cream. It would, if it was shiny, that would be shine styling cream. I don't know. So starting out as usual with packaging and pricing. This comes in your standard 100 gram or 3 ounce black plastic pomade jar. Now this one has black labeling with red metallic text and what's the other word I'm looking for here? Accents. And this guy will run you $19 US or $25 Australian, or other currencies, it's their calculator. But their website does change currencies automatically for you, and they ship all over the place, so it's easy to do. Now I think the packaging looks nice. I like the, black on black with the red accents and stuff. The labeling does get a little smudgy, but that's not a big deal. And now for everybody's favorite category, I'm not gonna toss this. You'll see why in a minute. But yeah, next we gotta talk about that scent. So this one, the scent is called Longford. It's one of their streamlined scents with top notes of orange blossom, bergamot, and mandarin, middle notes of sweet citrus and pepper, and base notes of tonka bean, musk, and oud, which on paper sounds like it's about to fuck me up. So it's time to nose into this creamy boy. That, I don't like, that sounds weird. Ooh, that fucked me up, boy. It's so good. You get all of those notes. It's got the like warm vanilla of the tonka bean. It's got this spiciness and woodiness of the musk and the herbs, and just that little bit of like floral and citrus notes from the orange blossom and everything. Really, really wonderful scent. It is fairly strong in the jar, but once you've got it worked into the hair, it pretty much disappears, I think. Trying to create some wind currents. Yeah, I can't really smell it anymore. Now quickly through the ingredients on this. So as you might expect with most kind of matte cream paste type of products, this is water-based, so we've got distilled water in the first spot, followed by candelilla wax, and then our best boy, kaolin. I'm Mr. Kaolin Clay. Then we have rice bran oil, avocado oil, bentonite clay in there also, cedarol olivate, and sorbitan olivate. I don't know what those are, but I'll, future edit Google Matt. Then we've got our fragrance, vegetable glycerin, and our preservatives. So very simple, straightforward formula, and it's very on brand for them. It's organic. It's things that you know what they are. Yeah. All right, now let's take a look inside the jar, and I'll show you why I'm not throwing this jar around like I normally do. This is very liquidy. Truth be told, when it came in the mail, it did like leak a little bit around the edges. So just be forewarned that when it's, don't open it like sideways or upside down. So I don't know why you would ever do that anyway, but it is pretty liquidy. Actually, it's very liquid. But with that being said, obviously the scoop is like, there isn't even a scoop. You can literally just dip your finger in and get the product on it. So it is super smooth, super creamy. The breakdown, you don't even have to do it. You just rub it between your fingertips for a half a second and it's ready to apply. I will say you don't want to, until it's totally broken down like a lot of people like to do for some reason, because then it'll start to dry and then it will become a lot stickier and tackier to apply, unless you like that for some weird reason. So with that, let's get into the demo footage. Now they do recommend, it does say you can put this into damp or dry hair, and for best results, it's recommended to start with a very small amount, like pea-sized amount here, and layer that in between 1 and 3 times, and just to dial it up to the firmness that you prefer. So that's what we're about to do. We're starting out here, as usual, with freshly washed and blow-dried hair, and this time I've pre-styled it with a couple sprays of 25 and a pump of Viper smoothing oil. And then we're going in with just a, if this was more solid, it would be a pea-sized amount, but this is just like a 1 fingertip dip in there, rubbing it between the fingertips for just a couple of seconds to spread it out, basically. And then we're just gonna work it through the hair, kind of doing this like ruffle forward, reiki, shaky motion. And I will say, with my hair at this shorter length, as well as, having pre-styled with those smoothing products, this goes in effortlessly. You do definitely still want to take small amounts though, because if you grab a huge glob of this, it will be sticky, it will be tacky, and it will be not very pleasant to apply. And I will say, when I first got this in the mail and I tried it right away, that was when my hair was pretty long, and it didn't work real well for me at that time. It was quite dry feeling and quite sticky, and so I wasn't a fan of it at that hair length. But for something like I've got going on here, this shorter, like kind of forward textured, fringy, spiky, weird punk rock footballer thing, this is perfect for that. So anyway, back to the demo footage. So I go in with a second scoop, you could say here, and just working it in the same way. And with the second scoop, you can tell immediately that like the hold dials itself up like by 100%. It's wild. And so that was enough for me, because at this point, the hold is firm enough that it will stay in place all day, but that my hair still feels soft and touchable and not, sticky. It doesn't feel dry or anything. So it is definitely something you have to play around with the amounts, but as long as you start small and layer it in, you won't really ever run into a problem. And now in terms of endurance and performance, I've got it in my hair right now still, and so you can see the hair is still very touchable and it's not tangly, but it is holding its shape, so I can move it around if I want to, but it's extremely lightweight, like similar to their matte paste in that way, but this is very different from that matte paste product. But I really like this. The texture looks great without being, too matte or too dry, and for me, as a coarse, wavy-haired person, I definitely need to pre-style with a smoothing serum, like I always do that anyway, but more so for products in this realm. So just something to be aware of if you have a similar hair texture to yours truly. And in terms of the washout on this, it does say right on the website that it comes out mostly with just water, and it will 100% with shampoo. And washout is super easy. I still can't do the whistle, so I'm just not even gonna do it this time. Maybe soon though. Nope. All right, so overall thoughts. I'll throw the contemporary pomade one and pretend. Overall thoughts on the Cub Co matte styling cream. I like this a lot. It's, as I mentioned, it didn't work well for me with longer hair, but with this shorter, more textured cut, it's perfection for this type of style. Now, with that being said, I think if you have straighter, finer hair and it's longer, I think this will still work fine for you. It's just, my hair in general, with these type of matte, firm holding products, the longer my hair gets, the worse that they work for me, because then they just end up being too dry and tangly and sticky and all that stuff. But yeah, for this, look at this. Look at that shit. What's that scent, boy? So definitely worth checking out if you're in the market for a rather interesting matte cream product. Oh no, that snuck up on me. So that wraps things up for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this and found it helpful. Brad, I'm sorry it took so long. I promise we'll take a look at the contemporary pomade soon. I have so much stuff. I was just looking upstairs where I have like my shelf of like to be reviewed products, and I was like, oh, that's good. We're starting to get like through most of these, so I don't have such a backlog anymore. And then I came down here where I film, and I forgot that I had a literal pile of shit down here. Boxes full. I have this enormous like book style packaging of stuff from Educated Beards. I have the Salon Guy travel hair dryer, as well as his new formula for the locked hairspray, his new tidal wave formula. I have The Hong Kong Homebrew has a new lab location, so they've got some new formulas. I have Ex Mondo Super Gloss upstairs. I have so much stuff. So, if you haven't already, feel free to do the YouTuber thing and hit that subscribe button down below for me, because I think something insane like 80% of my viewers are not subscribed for some reason. So if you wouldn't mind hitting that button, it would be super helpful. And as always, thank you so much for coming by and watching, and we'll see you all at the next one.